In this video, I will show you how to connect to a bank via Plaid and how to get transactions from your bank account. To get started, select the Plaid Environment menu under the Settings menu. We will verify a bank account at Plaid Environment menu, then select Banking menu, then select Set up your bank account menu. Select an unverified bank account and start verifying. After the bank account has been successfully verified, we can get transactions from the bank. At this screen, Live is for actual running, real connection to the bank. This mode requires an account and the production access step from Plaid API. While Sandbox is a mode running on the Sandbox environment, will not connect to the real bank and the data will be test data. The key of this mode we will get from the Plaid account. Sandbox is basically used for development purposes. You have nearly unlimited use of all the Plaid products for free, but you are not going to be touching any real data. All the data you're reading in will be fake, and you won't actually be affecting any user data. Client_id is the identifier of the account on Plaid. We'll take it from the Plaid account, which is probably a good thing while you're still working out all the bugs in your application. Secrets have two types, Live and Sandbox. The Live field is used to enter the key for Live mode. The Sandbox field is used to enter the key for Sandbox mode. First, you need an account of Plaid API, https://plaid.com/closing parenthesis to get the key and fill in the Plaid environment in the system. Once you have an account, you will get the key at Developers to Keys. If you use Sandbox mode to get test data, you need to enter client id and enter Sandbox secret key. If you want to get the actual data, you must select Live mode and you have to ask Plaid to let them issue the production key. Continue the steps from Get Started, Product Selection to the end. Once you get the Live secret key, enter it in the Live field. In this video, I will choose Sandbox mode and press Save. Next, go to the Banking menu, then select Bank Accounts and create a bank account. Then go to Bank Feeds to connect to the bank. Choose a bank account and select Verify Account for transaction import. Then select Continue. Choose one of the institution from the list, then select Continue to Login button. You'll need to enter the username and password you used to log into your bank. If using Sandbox, you can get username and password at home screen to select Sandbox environment to then select credentials. Or you can also select Sign In button without entering username and password. Next, choose Mobile and select Get Code button. Enter the received code. We can skip it if we use Sandbox mode and select Submit. Select some accounts to share and click on Continue. Next, enable I have read and accept the terms and conditions and select Connect Account Information. Finally, select Continue to complete. Go to the right corner of the screen and select the gear icon. Click Download Transactions option to download transactions from the bank. You need to enter the date in the date from which to import transactions field, then select Download button. The system will download transactions from the selected date to the current time. In case you cannot connect to the bank, you can import the data file from the bank into the system. You need to download the sample file, then copy the data from the file you have into the sample file. Next, select the bank account that needs to import data and upload the file to the system. Transactions that are successfully uploaded will be displayed in banking feeds. In the event that the imported data matches the banking rule created in the settings, the transaction will be marked as matched with a green icon. For imported and matched transactions, we can select Edit to edit the transaction information, Unmatch to unmatch, and Delete to delete the transaction. For transactions that have not been matched, you can select Add Transaction to have the system automatically create a double entry to match the transaction on the bank. In the Add Transaction form, you need to identify and reselect another account if necessary. Another way to match transactions is to select Match to Existing Transaction. Here, you need to select a transaction that is being mapped to this bank account. These transactions are created in CRM. Then you can adjust the date, deposit, withdraw if necessary, and click Save to confirm the match. In case the transaction has been ignored, you can clear it to continue matching the transaction. You can also mark Ignore to ignore this transaction so that the matching action is not performed. On the contrary, in case the transaction has been ignored, you can select Uncleared again to continue matching this transaction. Also, if a transaction is imported into the system and later found to be incorrect, you can select Delete to delete it. And in case the imported transaction has incorrect information about date, payee, withdrawals, deposits, and description, you can correct it with the Edit option. Finally, after the transaction has been matched, you can view related reports in the Reports menu such as Reconciliation Summary and Reconciliation Detail.